You're the best player at training. Everyone knows it. Coaches notice it. Teammates expect it. Then Saturday comes. And somehow, you disappear. Not because you got worse overnight. Not because you're mentally weak. Not because you don't have it in games. Because training and matches are not the same test, and you've been preparing for the wrong one. Today I'm going to show you the actual reason this happens, because it has almost nothing to do with confidence, and everything to do with how your brain processes football. Once you see this, you'll stop blaming yourself for the wrong thing, and start fixing the right one. Here's what most players assume. If I'm good in training, I should be good in games. Same skills, same ball, same feet. That sounds logical. It's also wrong. Training and matches don't just look different, they ask your brain to do completely different jobs. In training, you usually know what's coming. You know the drill. You know roughly where the pass is going. You've done the rondo 100 times. Your body relaxes into pattern recognition. I've seen this before, I know what to do. In a match, nothing is scripted. The pressure arrives from an angle you didn't expect. The pass comes a half second early. A defender closes faster than in training. Your brain isn't recognizing a pattern anymore. It's improvising one, in real time, under threat. That's not a small difference. That's two different skills. And almost every player on earth is only training one of them. Here's the deeper truth. Technical skill and match decision making live in different parts of your ability, and training mostly builds the first one. When you do ball mastery, cone drills, finishing reps, you're building technique under low pressure, low chaos, and zero real consequence. Miss a cone drill. Nothing happens. Miss a tackle in a match with the ball loose in your own box. Everything happens. Your nervous system knows the difference. It treats low-stakes reps and high-stakes match moments completely differently, which is exactly why a touch you can do blindfolded in training suddenly feels foreign in the 70th minute with a defender breathing on your neck and your legs already tired. This is not a confidence problem. This is a specificity problem. You've trained your feet. You haven't trained the conditions your feet have to operate under on match day. Most players never hear this explained, so they default to the only explanation available. I'm just not a big game player. That's not true. You've just never practiced the actual skill that big games demand. Let's break down exactly where this disconnect comes from, and how to close it. 1. The pressure gap. In most training reps, there's no real defender closing you down with intent, and no real cost to losing the ball. So your brain learns the technique in a stress-free environment, then gets ambushed by stress on match day. Fix. Whenever possible, add a real-time constraint or real opponent pressure to your reps. 2 touch instead of unlimited touch. A defender starting one step closer. Even something as simple as a countdown before you receive the ball forces your brain to rehearse decision-making under pressure, not just technique in comfort. 2. The predictability trap. Most solo and even team drills are repetitive by design, same angle, same distance, same rhythm. That's great for grooving technique. It's terrible for preparing you for chaos, because matches almost never repeat the same picture twice. Fix. Introduce randomness on purpose. Have a teammate or coach call the direction of your next touch after you receive the ball, not before. Train with a ball that gets passed from unpredictable angles. The goal isn't comfort, it's teaching your brain to react to the unknown instead of expecting the familiar. 3. The decision deficit. Here's the part nobody tells you. Most improvement reps train your feet, not your eyes and your brain. But in a match, before your feet move, your eyes and brain already decided what's about to happen. If you've never trained scanning, checking your shoulder, reading body shape, recognizing space before the ball arrives, your technique has nothing to plug into once the game speeds up. Fix: before every drill, force yourself to scan first. Not after receiving the ball, before. Pros aren't more skilled with their feet than you think. They're just deciding earlier than you are. 4. The identity disconnect. This is the quiet one. In training, you often play the role of the talented player showing what I can do. In a match, your role is the decision maker solving a live problem. Those are two different identities, and if you've spent years rehearsing the first one, your brain doesn't automatically know how to switch into the second one under pressure. Fix: before matches, stop telling yourself, show what you can do. Start telling yourself, solve the next problem in front of you. It sounds small. It rewires what your brain is optimizing for the second the whistle blows. Here's how this looks in real football terms. Say you're a winger who destroys defenders one-on-one in training but freezes in matches. The pressure gap is probably your issue. In training you take your time because nobody's truly closing you down at match speed. Solution: next training session, ask a teammate to defend you at 80% intent, not friendly intent. Uncomfortable on purpose. That discomfort is the rehearsal you're missing. Say you're a midfielder who plays the perfect pass in rondos but gives the ball away under real pressure in games. That's the decision deficit. You're reacting to the ball instead of the picture around you. Solution: in your next rondo, force yourself to know your next pass before the ball even arrives. Scan, then receive, never the other way around. This is the shift. Stop measuring your training success by, did I do the skill well? Start measuring it by, did I do the skill under conditions close to match day? That single change in standard is what closes the Sunday gap. If you've ever walked off a pitch on Saturday wondering why the player who trains all week didn't show up, understand this: you're not broken, and you're not mentally weak. You've just been training the wrong target. Technique under comfort was never the test. Decision-making under chaos always was. The players who look naturally good in games usually aren't more talented. They've simply trained closer to the real conditions of a match, so when Saturday arrives, it doesn't feel like a different sport to them. It feels like training, just a little louder. Start treating every representative like it has a decision attached to it, not just a touch. Do that consistently, and the gap between Tuesday's training ground and Saturday's match doesn't just shrink, it disappears. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments, are you a Sunday player too? Players get stuck, not just generic tips you've already heard 100 times.